Welcome to Mythical Phylogeny Adventures. I'm your guide Jason. What constitutes fantasy? Is it the sword and sorcery? Is it monsters and mythical creatures? What about robots? Should such a thing appear in fantasy series? There are certain ideas which tend to lean more into science fiction over fantasy, such as robots. I mean, these are things made from metal which are capable of moving about. These require the ability to complete complex computations. This is an artificial intelligence. Does this not seem like something you would find in a fantasy series? Well, no, it honestly doesn't. It's more of something you would think of finding in Star Wars or The Lord of the Rings. Yet we do see it. In Baldur's Gate 3, we see two groups of machines. One group in the Underdark, still protecting a forgotten and crumbling tower. And in the city, we have the Still Watch that goes stomping around. We also see several different types of machines in the Dwemer ruins of the Elder Scrolls games. Are these really science fiction, or should this fall in fantasy? Well, maybe not. What if I told you that artificial intelligence and robots do appear in mythology? Probably the most well-known are those that serve the Greek god of the forge, Hephaestus. He was a master craftsman who required work in his forge. But between the heat in his schedule and the politics of Olympus, Cyclopses and others couldn't keep up. And he set out to build assistants that would be able to keep up. And for the god of blacksmiths, he created the automatons. Yes, he literally created robots to work in his forge. In addition, there was Talos, a giant bronze man that lived on the island of Crete. Either he was the last of a race of bronze people, or was created by Hephaestus. He would run around the island 3 times a day and protected it from invaders. He would throw boulders at invading ships to sink them. Of course, the witch Medea intervened and caused it to cut open a vein which ran from its head to its ankle. In scraping it open, the ichor, or divine blood, drained out and Talos died. Then there is Hippoi Kebirokoi, a set of 4 bronze horses made by Hephaestus for his sons, the Kalbiri. Though some claim they are a separate group of deities. These horses would drag along an adamantine chariot. Yeah, there is a lot of Hephaestus here. He also made serving droids. I'm sorry, but that is the best name for the golden tripods of Olympus. 3-wheeled machines made from gold which rolled around the banquets of the gods serving drinks. Well, who is going to serve the gods drinks and food? Dionysus? No, he's probably passed out drunk. Yep, our blacksmith god made R2-D2s. Then we got the Korai Chrysaei, or the Golden Maidens. Yep, he also made C-3PO. Okay, well these were all made to look like women, and served as his personal attendants while he was on Mount Olympus. Yeah, it's kind of what it seems like. But remember, he also had a lot of trouble with women, including Athena and his ex-wife Aphrodite. So they were definitely less stressful than the real ones. But he did make more golden women for Apollo. These are the golden Celadons. These female automatons would serve in Apollo's temple in Delphi. They would sing and perform for those who were in attendance. Hephaestus also gave his son the Kalkotoroi, the bronze bowl, or the Colchis bowl. These were the bowls which Jason of the Argos had to tame to plow the fields in his quest for the Golden Fleece. Oh, and these aren't just metal bowls, they breathe fire. I guess that could be an exhaust system? King Alkinoos of the Phoenicians had 2 dogs, one of silver and the other of gold. They sat outside the gold and silver doors of his home. They were meant as eternal guardians which never tired. And again, you could probably guess who made these. It was Hephaestus. But there were others who made automatons, including Daedalus, the builder of the labyrinth, and in many tales, a pupil of Hephaestus. Among his many inventions, he made a wooden statue of Aphrodite, and it moved and spoke. Now, it does say that he used quicksilver or mercury to make these machines move and speak. Yeah, I'm not sure what this eccentric genius made this for. Okay, I got a few guesses, which you might share too. I wonder, why did he make it look like his former master's ex-wife? Is there a missing tale about Aphrodite's treatment of him? There is a dozen other metal animals to add to the list of Greek myths, but not all are said to be of Hephaestus' make. Okay, yet there are tales of automatons appearing outside of Greek mythology, and this includes Norse mythology. The 2 dwarves, Sindri and Brok, who made Mjolnir, also made Gullimbursti, a golden boar which can run as fast as a horse. So, what is with all these mythical machines? Well, they knew how to make simple machines like drills and carts. But there were also simple machines using primitive clockwork systems according to writings. Sadly, physical remains are sparse and inconclusive. Supposedly, they understood concepts like hydraulics, early spring works, and gears, and pneumatic systems amongst more. So the idea where a great craftsman could create something of this level isn't unheard of. It is something which we are just now starting to build here today. It would seem like Leonardo da Vinci, their inventors may have been limited by the technology of their time. And there were other automatons in other parts of the world, yet at less prevalent eras. Honestly, humans haven't changed much in 10,000 years. We are still imagining the same sorts of things. Just look at what sort of things Hephaestus built. We can't argue that people today wouldn't build similar automatons. So yes, it does actually make sense to have machines in a fantasy world, yet their availability can be limited. Most automatons in mythology were the work of a god that would limit the chances of meeting them. Others were created by dwarves, and this is what most fantasy series tend to lean on. They have the dwarves tend to be mechanically inclined. After all, they are craftsmen, so building machines is only a logical extension of that. Though, I can understand why some people don't care for them. They do feel kind of out of place in a world focused on magic and swords, and not mechanics. It feels like blurring the lines between fantasy and science fiction. So it's your call whether you like them or not. Now, how did our heroes defeat such mechanical monsters? Well, before we even pick our weapon, we've got an issue. Namely, they all take different forms. We've got everything from rock-throwing giants, fire-breathing bulls, and serving bots. We've got every make and model we can come up with. So, there is not going to be a one-size-fits-all solution. That means we will need to look at general factors about them. Usually, they are made of metal, gold and bronze being high on the list, but also some from wood. Except for that last one, it means they are likely going to be good electrical conductors. So if you've got a spellcaster, they should be using lightning spells. Now, if you understand electromagnetic fields, you could mess up these foes, lift them up and throw them about. Fire spells are likely going to be good too. The wood version obviously, but also with the metal versions. When heat increases, it also creates more resistance. We've all seen our computer overheat before, right? Ice magic could also freeze up any gears or hydraulics in it. So when it comes to magic, just about any kind of spell will help you out. Melee weapons are a bit different. A sword probably isn't going to cut through it. Basically, this thing's skin is made of armor. That means we need to use the same tactics we use to get through armored knights. That means get a mace or a large club. It might get through the armor. Gold is a pretty soft metal, so even a crude bronze weapon will get through it. Even if the armor can take the blow, you could dislodge a gear or mechanism and ruin its careful calibrations. That could disable it right there. The problem comes with any powers it has. This will depend on who the creator is. Worst case is someone like Hephaestus, god who can make lightning bolts. So I would be willing to bet that he would add some sort of special power. Oh, he did exactly that with a bronze bowl which breathes fire. So, we can expect anything and everything from these foes. They could be beasts or soldiers. They may use tactics and various weapons. For difficulty, I would say anywhere between 3 to 6 of 10. Sadly, there's such a wide variety that I can't give a one-size-fits-all answer, but this is a foe which can be beaten. If you defeat an automaton, you get its body. Many are made of gold, silver, bronze, and other metals. You can melt that down and use it for whatever you want. That is going to add up fairly quickly. But what if you keep it? Well, it will depend on what kind. Regardless, you can make it serve you. That means you could have an elite mechanical warrior at your side, something which is tireless and armed with all kind of abilities. Or you got a little robot that goes around and serves drinks. So there's a lot of range. Still, it will be useful. Even if not useful, I can guarantee that there are going to be people out there that want to study and duplicate these machines. Yeah, it might take a while and a few specimens, but it should be possible. Assuming that you meat-headed adventurers didn't smash it up too much. That means the best prophet would require you to bring it down without destroying it, That might be a bit tougher, but possible. The presence of machines in fantasy does make sense, to be sure. It's rooted in the ideas of going above and beyond what is known and seen in the world. Thank you for watching, adventurers. Please return next time. Until then, I'll see you on the roads.